Volumes 1, 2, 3A, and 3B. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Lay and please give notice of motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to give notice of the following motion, that taking into consideration the findings of the Committee on Appointments in its second report on the vetting of the nominees for appointment to the offices of Cabinet Secretaries, laid on the table of the House today, Wednesday, 7th August 2024, and pursuant to the provisions of Article 152, Sub-Article 2 of the Constitution, and Sections 3 and 8 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act of 2011, this House, 1, approves the appointment of the following persons as Cabinet Secretaries. 1, Honorable Professor Kidure.
Order. Those members who are...
It is Honorable Irene Kasalu.
Honorable Irene Kasalu and Honorable, could you take your seats, please? This is a very important motion.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And allow me to take that again. That 1, approves the appointment of the following persons as Cabinet Secretaries. 1, the Honorable Professor Kidure Kindiki, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Interior and National Administration. 2, Dr. Deborah Mlongo Barasa, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Health. 3, Honorable Alice Wahome, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Lands, Public Works, Housing and Urban Development. 4, Mr. Julius Migos Ogamba, EBS, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education. 5, the Honorable Roslinda Soipan Tuya, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Defense. 6, Dr. Andrew Mwehia Karanja, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development. 7, the Honorable Aden Bare Duale, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Environment, Climate Change and Forestry. 8, Mr. Eric Mureithi Muga, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation. 9, Mr. Davis Chirchir, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Roads and Transport. 10, Dr. Margaret Nyambura Ndongo, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Information, Communication and the Digital Economy. 11, Honorable John Mbadi Ngong.
Who is this honorable member? Please do the right thing.
I think he's a Goldman. The Honorable Zahir.
The great MP for Nyaribari Church.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. The Honorable Zahir is not in this list. So 11 is the Honorable John Mbadi Ngongo, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, the National Treasury and Economic Planning. 12, the Honorable Salim Vuria Mgala, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Investments, Trade and Industry. 13, Ms. Rebecca Miano, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife. 14, the Honorable James Opio Wandai, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Energy and Petroleum. 15, the Honorable Onesimus Kipchumba Murkomen, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. 16, the Honorable Hassan Ali Joho, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs. 17, the Honorable Dr. Alfred Nganga Mutua, EGH, Cabinet Secretary of Labor and Social Protection. 18, the Honorable Wycliffe Ambetsa Oparanya, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Cooperatives and Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development. 19, the Honorable Justin Bidan Njoka Muturi, EGH, Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Public Service and Human Capital Development. And 2, Honorable Speaker, rejects the appointment of Ms. Stella Lang'at Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much. The Honorable Shakil Shabir will go back to the order. And members, those members who want to speak to this motion, I told you we have less than 12 minutes. You may approach Honorable Mishi. You know what to discuss with her. Because at 12:42, I will be calling her to reply. Honorable Shabir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, 1 in every 4 Kenyans are probably suffering from mental health issues. We as Kenya has forgotten the issue of mental health. Actually, more than that, 1 of every 2 youths are struggling with mental-related problems. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have been sidestepping the issue of mental health. Mental health to us in Kenya has always been Matari, Tuma Matari, or that madman in the village. Mr. Speaker, sir, that there is a thin line between PhDs and brilliant minds, geniuses, and mental health. Mr. Speaker, I will remind you, you must have seen him. He used to be on the, and Jomo Kenyatta, he was here opposite the post office, a very well-known professor, walking around naked. Now, the problem in healthcare is that we have been, there's a stigma on it. We deny it. We want to silence it. We want to put it together with traditional witches. We want to put it together with others. We have no budget for this. We have no intention of doing anything rather than locking these people away in a Matari-like institution. Mr. Speaker, sir, there was a task force set up in 2020 by a very eminent Dr. Jenga and his team. That task force has now come up with some of the regulations that we have. The formal mental health plan that they requested is the policy for provision of mental health care that the Honorable Mishi is now proposing. And I support her very much. The problem, of course, is implementation. The problem, Mr. Speaker, sir, is there is no budget. And the low level of budget in the health budget for health care. Mr. Speaker, I speak from a position of knowledge. I have been the chairman of the New Nyanza General Hospital for over 10 years. I've been in the Aga Khan Hospital Board for over 15 years, and others. And I can see, and I have seen, the way mental health is a non-issue in this country. We cannot continue to ignore mental issues. Tomorrow, Mr. Speaker, even I could be walking around that street there with no clothes on. Not because I'm a madman. Probably I have become mad. I've just